Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys see in the title, today is going to be a story time about my journey to nursing school. If you guys are new here, welcome, and make sure to subscribe and give this video a big thumbs up, and also make sure to watch this video all the way through. Today's video, I'm just going to be telling you guys about my nursing school journey. Y'all, it's been a journey, and I feel like this video will be very helpful for anybody who is not going the traditional route, because I didn't really take the traditional route, but I made it and I'm here. A little background on me: I do have a psychology degree, and I always wanted to do nursing school. Even when I got my psychology degree, I knew I was going to do nursing school right after. So let's fast forward all the way back to my freshman year of undergrad. Of course, I started out taking chemistry. You either take chemistry or biology for your nursing prerequisites. So I'm in chemistry. Chemistry was like a wake-up call. I was a freshman and I'm like, whoa. And well, I wouldn't say it was a wake-up call because I wasn't even awake yet. Like, I wasn't awake until, you know, we get to the harder prereqs. But chemistry, I was like, wow, this is really hard. Like, for some reason I just could not understand chemistry. It just was not clicking. That was a whole nother ball game. I think that was probably the hardest class that I took in, but you know, I was able to pass. I passed with a C. But you know, I passed, and you know, it's 2 parts. So I made a C both semesters of chemistry, and you know, that already makes my GPA a little bit lower. So the next courses are anatomy, and I have a whole video on anatomy. Anatomy was, there's no words. Like, it was no words for that class, but it was very, very difficult, and I couldn't get that either. Like, anatomy was a wake-up call. If chemistry wasn't a wake-up call, anatomy was definitely a wake-up call for me. I have a whole video about anatomy and how I failed multiple times. So if you guys want more in detail on that, definitely check that video out. I'll link it below, or I'll put a little link up there. So anatomy was just super hard, and I just could not pass. So you take the lab and the lecture, and I can't remember my exact grades, but I believe it was either one or the other that I failed. So I kept failing it, and it gets to like the 3rd time that I take it, and I still could not pass. So my school, you can take classes in the summertime. So when I retook anatomy, I took it in the summertime. So retaking it, it didn't set me back. For some reason, it never set me back on my classes. I just retook it in the summertime. And after that, when I still couldn't pass, I'm like, I need to do something. The last time I took it, that final, I literally walked into that final and I knew nothing. Like, when you guys think I'm exaggerating when I say I knew nothing, I literally knew nothing on that final exam. Nothing, like nothing. And what's crazy is I stayed up all night. And the thing about me is I would study for the class, but I still wasn't getting it. I honestly think it was just because I was very young and immature, and I just didn't know what all it required. I would think I was studying by staying up the night before, or staying up 2 nights before the exam. I would think that that was doing something, when really that wasn't doing nothing at all. But I wasn't retaining anything. Staying up the night before the test, is no way that I could get all that information the night before. The way anatomy is set up, that was not one of the classes where you could do that. I just didn't know how to study. I'm gonna get more into when I retook it at another school and how different it was. But I feel like the teachers didn't really help us, and didn't really help us study. Like, they didn't teach us how to study, you know. And I feel like it kind of is their job to help us and direct us on how to study, because they're the teacher. You give us the information, but if we don't know how to study, then we can't do anything with the information. So I feel like that was partly on the school. Was not focused on helping us succeed. I don't know what they was focused on, but they was not focused on helping us study. And you know, I have other thoughts on that. because I just don't like that. Like, this is one of the reasons why I want to be a nursing instructor. That's one of my long-term goals, is to be a nursing teacher at a nursing school, because I know that I've had some amazing teachers that really helped me learn how to study. Like, would sit down with me, help me make up a study plan, tell me what I needed to do to be successful. And I've had some teachers who did the complete opposite, and I never want to be one of those type of teachers. I want to be a teacher that helps somebody and helps somebody get through nursing school. It's hard, it's a struggle, and just give them the knowledge that I know and that I've learned and share that with somebody else. So that's one of the main reasons why I do want to be a nursing instructor. Last time I failed, I sat down with my advisor and she told me, you're not going to be able to get in. You know, you can change your major, you will still graduate on time. She had told me that after chemistry, that girl, your GPA is kind of low. Apparently for that school, you got to have like a 3.5 GPA and above to get into that nursing program. And making a C in chemistry, it brought my GPA down. So after chemistry, she told me I most likely wouldn't get in, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna keep trying. So I kept trying, still could not pass anatomy. And then at that point, I'm like, I gotta do something. Sat down with my advisor. Of course, she said, you're not gonna be able to get in. She never said maybe you should try to take anatomy at another school, maybe look at some other options. No, she didn't say none of that. She just said you just change your major. So I changed my major to psychology, still was graduating the same time. I really wanted this. Like, I was not giving up. Regardless of what this lady said, I wasn't giving up. So I changed my major. The whole time I was taking psychology classes, I knew that as soon as I graduate, I'm hopping right back in and I'm retaking anatomy again. I don't care how much it costs, I'm retaking it. I never had the idea that, oh, I'm gonna be a psychologist, get a PhD in psychology. No, that was never my plan. I just got it for the time being. Really, I just got it to graduate, move on from the school, have a degree, and hop right back into nursing school. That was my plan. Even during graduation, like, I was not excited. You can even ask the people around me, my parents. I was not excited about graduation at all, because I knew right after graduation, I'm literally hopping right back into school and retaking anatomy. So I didn't even take any graduation pictures. In my mind was like, I'm not graduated yet. Like, the real graduation is the nursing school graduation, because this is not what I wanted to do. Like, it's not over, it's still going on. Like, I'm not graduated. So I'm like, I'm not taking pictures. I don't care. Like, I don't care about this graduation. That was my whole mindset during the time of graduation. I graduated in July. I started another pre-nursing program at, I can say the names now because I don't go there. It was Clayton State. If you guys live in Georgia, just to give you an idea, it was Clayton State. And I retake anatomy there. And you know why I mentioned the fact that the teachers at the other school didn't really help you out? Because the difference between the teachers at Clayton State and the teachers at the other school was very big, y'all. Like, I never had teachers care like my anatomy teacher did. She cared. Like, she really cared. She really cared about you succeeding in the class. She wanted you to do good. And I did not get that at the last school. She didn't care. I even went to my teacher's office and sat down with her and like, I'm not getting this. Just like her whole energy, it just wasn't like she wanted to help. I retook it. I made an A both times. Being that I failed so many times, my GPA was still low. It went up a little bit, maybe to like a 2.8 after I finished anatomy, but it did increase drastically, and I wasn't about to waste money on retaking classes just to bring my GPA up, which I did retake a math and both anatomy. So I only took 3 classes at Clayton State. On faith, I went ahead and applied to about 5 schools, and I got into one. However, I only got into the ASN program, and ASN is still good. However, the catch on that is I would have had to move, and I would have had to find a apartment there, and that would be more money, number one. Number two, it wasn't a, it was like on one, you know, the colleges that have the main campus and then they have other campuses that don't really have student housing. It's just like an additional campus. You just go to class and commute. It was one of those. It wouldn't have even been in like a college town where I would be living. It would just be on the out, just like in some random city, if that makes sense. Hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I didn't really feel comfortable doing that. And then even that, like when I was looking at houses, they weren't nice. Let me just fast forward. During the time of me applying for nursing schools, I was just finding videos on YouTube because I've always been very into YouTube videos. So around this time, this was the time where I learned about manifestation. I would watch videos about it. So pretty much what I got from it back then was that I just need to believe that I'm going to get in nursing school. So regardless of my low GPA, regardless of me failing classes, I was like, I'm gonna get in. Like, I'm gonna get in. I would say it like every day, like, I'm going to get in. I would just say it over and over and over and over and over again. I'm gonna be in nursing school in December. Like I said, I retook anatomy twice, and I graduated in July. I started classes in August, so I was done at the end of July. My goal was to be in nursing school that following December, because I'm like, I'm not wasting no time. Like, no time is being wasted because I need to be in nursing school. Like, that's what I want to do. And I see the people around me that had graduated with me, they working in their careers, they getting apartments, they doing all of this stuff and living their life. And me, I'm just still trying to get in nursing school, still retaking anatomy, still not in my career, just still in school, still trying. I said December, I meant January. So it was my goal to start that following January, because I'm like, I'm not wasting no more time. Like, everybody's in their careers and I'm just here still trying. So I had to get in January. I had to, like, it was no other option. Like, I'm going to get in nursing school in January. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm going to get it in January. So that was my whole mindset. So I got the first denial letter, second denial letter. The third denial was that for the ASN program. And even that was like iffy because I really wanted to get my bachelor's, because I'm like, I didn't do all of this just to get my ASN. And I know everybody has their journey. That might be another person's journey getting their ASN. But for me, I wanted to get my BSN. But if I had to get my ASN, I had to, and I was gonna figure it out. But I'm gonna get my BSN. That's what I said. So I get the last letter. I'm at work, and my mom texts me and it's like, your letter came from Georgia State. And I'm like, I'm about to get up for work, but I'm like shaking. Like, I called my mom, I'm like, just open it. And the letter said I got waitlisted. So that was the last school letter that I was waiting on. So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? So I'm thinking really, really hard, and I'm like, something just hit me in my mind, like Chamberlain. And fast forward to me applying for nursing schools, I literally applied to every school that has a January start date. I applied to, because like I said, I'm not waiting a whole nother year to start nursing school, because what am I going to do? Like, I'm not working with this psychology degree, because I'm not, like, I just refuse to do that, because that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do nursing. I applied to every school, but for some reason Chamberlain I did not apply for. And the reason why is because I had looked into Chamberlain a long time ago. While I was in undergrad, I looked into the school, I called them everything, and they told me the cost. And I believe the reason why they tell you the cost at the very beginning is so you don't get no surprises and they don't waste your time. And they did not waste my time, baby. Like, they did not waste my time when they told me that price. This is the first time around. When they told me that price the first time around, I'm like, no ma'am. It was just an automatic no. Like, no, I'm not paying that. Like, I'm not paying that for nursing school when there's cheaper nursing schools out there. But at this time, I had to really think, like, it's expensive, but maybe I can get in. Maybe this is what I'm supposed to do, because I'm getting in nursing school for January. Like, I'm going in January. So if this is what I have to do, then maybe this is God's plan. So the thought just came to my mind, like, we're out of options here. Like, all the schools done rejected me except for one, and it's for my ASN. So I'm like, we're out of options. So what now? And the thought hit me, Chamberlain. So I look into Chamberlain, I reach out to them. I was able to visit the school. That was quick, y'all. This was in like November, after all the rejection letters had came in, and it was almost time to start in January. So they was on it. When I called them, they was on it. So I was able to go probably the week right after I had called them, to go interview and have like a little orientation session. And they told me I had to take the HESI. Of course, took the HESI, knocked it out, did good, of course, because period, like, I have another opportunity. So I'm about to bust my ass to pass this HESI. I passed it, I did good, and I got into school like that. Like, I was in. So I was in, and I was starting for my BSN degree that January. That's my story. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So the moral of the story is that if you guys want something, then you can literally get it. Like, if you want it, you can get it. That's it. I know there's some people out there that's like, probably was like, I'm not smart enough, or I'm not gonna be able to be a nurse, or she's not gonna be a nurse. Like, she's just saying she's gonna do nursing. Like, she's not really gonna do it. She's just talking. I was talking, and everybody around me that was friends with me in college and undergrad knew that I was saying I'm going to nursing school. Like, anybody around me is gonna say yes. She was saying it all through undergrad. Even me failing anatomy over and over again, I was still like, I'm still going to nursing school. Like, period. I don't care how hard it is, I'm gonna get it done, and I'm going to finish nursing school. And I did it. I say that to say, just if you want something, you just have to work for it. It may not be exactly how you imagine it. It may be some humps on the road, it may be some diversions, but if you really want it, you're gonna end up there at the end of the day. Some advice I would give is just keep trying, keep saying it, and believe that you're gonna be able to do what you want to do. Just say, I will, I am. And that's what I did the whole time. I am. Like, it was never a doubt that was like, damn, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna be able to get in. Like, even though I have a whole psychology degree, I never said maybe I just give up and be a psychologist. Never said that. It may be a small thought in my head, but after I had that thought, I'm like, no, like, I'm not doing that. Even my mom would be like, maybe apply for some psychology jobs. No, because I'm gonna be a nurse. That's my story. I am 25, and I'm about to have my nursing degree in a few months, and I can't believe it. And it's been a journey, y'all, and you know, I have a little debt, but it's okay. So watch these videos so you guys can help me. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys want to see another story time, I have a few ideas in my mind, so definitely like this video so I know that you guys like this video, and of course subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.